YouTube, I'm back. How are you all doing today? You know what, I'm going to try and look at the camera because that's what Frank's told me to do rather than looking at what I look like. Okay, where's the camera here? Okay, I'm going to try that again. Hello YouTube! Today's video is going to be about how to write a new chapter. So lots of people on episode can get confused when it comes to first starting out and knowing how to write a chapter, what the best way to plan a chapter is, and how to go forward because there's so many elements involved in writing one. What I'm going to do is just go through it from start to finish how I would write a chapter, and for the example I am going to write an extra chapter of Becoming Queen Bee. I'm not going to publish it, it's just between us, me and you, exclusive club. Damn it, I forgot to look at the camera. Sorry. I personally recommend not just releasing one chapter at a time. Sometimes I do it myself, I'll just release one chapter. But I think it's much better for your story if you can release in batches because it means people can get really involved. So if you publish like 2, 3, 4 chapters at a time, I think that's better. But that is really hard, especially if you're on a schedule and you're trying to write quickly. So I'm just going to show you how to do one, but obviously this can be used for all chapters that you write. Okay, so the first thing I do, I realise this is all backwards, the first thing I do is plan the chapter in my notes section on my phone. I think the best way to plan chapters is on your phone because you can do it when inspiration hits rather than just being like, oh, I've got to sit down and now I'm going to work. You are saying, I've got inspiration right now, I don't even have a notebook, I've just got my phone and I'm going to write, and you can pick it up and drop it as you go throughout the day, so it's not just forced writing, it's actually inspired writing. I'm going to start the document, so it's going to be Becoming Queen Bee, chapter 26. For those of 46, oh my goodness, for those of you that haven't read Becoming Queen Bee, who even are you? You call yourself a fan? No, just kidding. Basically what happens is you become the most popular girl in school and that's how it works out. And it takes 46 chapters to find out. It's a fun journey though, it's a fun journey. Okay, so now I've decided it's going to be 6 scenes in this chapter and it's going to be chapter 46. And there's something that I read on episode, like in their guidelines or something, that was very interesting. And it was about every chapter being like a story in itself. So yeah, it's part of a whole story, but it's also like, I don't know, like a game in itself, like a story in itself. So there has to be a motive, a purpose of the chapter. So let's say the purpose of this chapter, okay, they've just gone to college and you've just picked who you're going to be with. Let's say you picked the bad boy. Okay, let's say the purpose of this chapter is it's 5 years on and you found out he's cheating on you, and the purpose of this chapter is you finding out whether he has cheated on you or not. So we'll write that at the top as like point of the chapter. You find out he's cheating. So now that we have the core idea of the chapter, we can start working around it. Ask yourself questions about the point. So if it's going to be the main character finding out that her boyfriend is cheating, who's he cheating on her with? Where is he cheating on her? How is he cheating on her? Is it love or is it just lust? Why is he cheating on her? And you can, as you start to answer all those questions yourself, you will start to come up with your scenes. Anybody that reads my stories will know I love a good cliffhanger. So I'm going to actually start at the end here. I'm going to start with scene 6 and I'm going to go, you walk in on your boyfriend kissing another girl. He's a prick, isn't he? What an arsehole. We want to build up to this. So, where is your boyfriend and who is this girl he is kissing? Now, I'm thinking, because you're a bit of a good girl in the story for the majority of it, this girl could be like a bad girl that the bad boy feels like he can relate to. So maybe in scene 1 you can introduce this girl, but maybe she can be your friend. Plot twist, because you don't want to just introduce a character and it be like, oh right, this character's a baddie. It's got to be like, is she a baddie? Is she a goodie? So scene 1, you can be in class at school and new student is introduced and sits next to you. So this is a good opportunity to confuse the audience. They're thinking, you know, is this going to be a good person? Is this going to be a bad person? Is this going to be a friend? And what I'm going to use this first scene as is an opportunity to show how the bad girl is going to be so good or so irresistible to the bad boy without making it obvious what's going to happen. So I'll write that in and I'll come back to you on scene 2. If I turn... Oh! Amazing! If I just turn this brightness down, everything works. Gosh darn it! Like, I'm not doing this video well, but whatever. Get over it. That's what we're working with. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, look, now... Should have done this the whole time. Okay, anyway. Scene 2. You and your boyfriend are going to have problems, because why would he cheat? Why would he cheat on you? Why is he cheating on you? So, you two can be having problems. What are you having problems about? Well, I'm thinking back to what happened in the last chapter. You chose between 2 guys. So maybe the guy that you didn't choose is back in the picture for a reason, and that's causing a problem. So scene 2, maybe Brody was the character. I don't know if you named him anything else. Brody can see you after class and maybe invite you for a coffee. He wants to talk. Now, choices are important in the story, so at this point, you can add a choice that would be important, that would affect the story, because it's episode Choose Your Story, and the point is you get to choose. So, this will be like a major choice. So, choice, you can go for coffee with Brody, or B, you can let him down gently. So then you obviously have to plan both those scenes. If you go for coffee with Brody, you have a nice chat, get on well, but then someone sees you two together and tells the bad boy, who is your boyfriend. Or B, you can let him down gently, but anyway, because it's evil, let's say the bad boy will see you and get suspicious. So you can see where we're going with this. That's how to plan it. You have a motive for the chapter, or like a point of the chapter, end it with a cliffhanger, and then work backwards, asking yourself why this has happened, where this happened, how this happened, and show. And don't just show it in a way that's like, this is obvious it's going to happen, but introduce it, if you will. So now we've done the planning, it's time to move on. I was genuinely just looking for my phone, and I record with my phone, so I was like, oh my god, where's my phone? Where is it? What's going on right now? I'm trying not to look at myself and look at the camera so much that sometimes I just forget and look over there at nothing. There's a cat over there though. Oh god, I'm going to take you to see him because this is just so cute. We're going. I hope he doesn't move. Oh, hello little baby. Oh, little fluffy boy. Am I going to get bit? That's the question. Oh, he's stretching. Oh, this is why it's so hard to concentrate at home sometimes, because cats are the best. I definitely would say that planning is the most important part of writing a chapter, because no matter how good you are at writing, if your idea sucks, then it's not going to be a good chapter. So that's where you should spend the majority of your time in planning. Well, maybe not the majority, but think a lot about it. And then you move on. So what I do is then copy and paste from my notes into the portal there. And then I work and go through and choose the backgrounds for each scene. Then I go through and add the dialogue for each scene, and then I will do the directing for each scene, so I can concentrate on one element at a time so that my focus can remain, rather than going from writing, which is like super creative obviously, to directing, which is quite technical. And then once I've done it all, I will proofread at least 1,000,000 times. And when I say 1,000,000, I mean twice, probably. Once I've done all that and proofread it, I will add the sound. I add sound and music to every chapter because I think it just adds that extra element. And if people don't want it, they can just turn it off. So I think it's a win-win, really. And then I will publish. So that is how you write a chapter. So I'm gonna see if Frank can put thingies up here. So number 1, decide the point of the chapter. Number 2, plan the scenes of the chapter. That's probably not gonna work. I'm gonna keep it like this. Number 3, add backgrounds. Number 4, add the dialogue. And then number 5, direct, and then add sound, and then proofread. Don't forget to proofread, please. One of my biggest pet peeves is like poor grammar. And not poor grammar because like people don't know the right grammar, poor grammar because laziness. So, that is how you plan a chapter. Don't forget to comment and like and subscribe. I am going to Florida on Wednesday. Maybe I'll already be there. Probably not. What day is it today? It's Friday. So in just under a week. So hopefully this will be up before then. So I'm going to probably do a couple vlogs there. I'm super excited. I'm going to see my cousin. I'm thinking I might do a video with him that's like my cousin reads episode for the first time. Because he's like a 30-year-old like jock. Sorry if that's not complimentary. I feel like it is. I feel like it's compliment. You're great, John. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned. If you have any questions, just ask away in the comments and I will reply to all of them. Unless there's 1,000,000. Okay, well, thank you for watching.